news. Any new injuries picked up since the Aston Villa game?
No major issues.
Healthy squad going into.
Sorry?
You've got a healthy squad going into the weekend. Or anyone out?
Yeah, Nicholas returned. Fulco returned today to part of the session. More than that, so Aaron out, Malik out. But yeah, no. I think for the game, gonna be everybody available. I hope. Yeah.
In terms of Malik and Bissaka going to AFCON, is it frustrating to lose, the two players of such quality before a really big run for you, or do you have to kind of be happy for them that they're going to go and represent their country?
Yeah, you're right. So you touched the 2 points. I'm happy for them because I think it's important to go to national teams. But for us as a squad, we're gonna miss them. Something that was already in the schedule, and now we have to deal with the situation. We have to deal with that.
Is it important that now players step up? I know you've got the likes of Carl Walker-Peters and Ollie Scarles who can come into those positions. Is it a big kind of big emphasis on them now to step up?
Yeah, they are the natural options. Then we'll try to find out inside of the squad versatile players also that can do that position. But Kyle and Olive are the natural options now.
The last few games, you've had some winning positions, Bournemouth, Brighton and Aston Villa, without kind of seeing them off and getting the 3 points. How frustrating has that been, and what do you kind of put that down to, that the team hasn't managed to quite hold on?
Different games, all of them different games. But that was missing, to manage the game and close the game down and make that performance, a good performance, into a good result, is something that we have to improve on. Games have been getting away from our hands here.
How do you kind of see the form at the moment? Because I remember speaking a few weeks ago when you'd had the wins against Newcastle and Burnley, and I know you didn't want to kind of get too confident or hype them up too much, but it did seem you were in a really good vein of form, and since then there's been no wins. But how do you see how do you analyse it?
What we have mentioned before, so we've been doing really nice things, good things throughout the game, and there's missing some aspects on closing the game down. In terms of performance, I think we're performing well. I think our reference is the game against Villa. I think the boys did a really good match, and it was disappointing in the end. If you look at all the game, the situations that we create, the situations that we didn't allow Villa to do, when punished by details and mistakes. It's up to correct us. We are in a difficult position that we have to keep sustain our level performance throughout all the game and not having these oscillations during the game. It's something that we have to work on, and Saturday is another chance to try and do it well.
Do you feel like the team still has that momentum? Because, like I said, even though it was only a couple of wins, it did seem like there was a real momentum building. But do you feel like the team still has that because of the performances, or?
Chris, it's look, you can never expect something. Every game is a new one, and unfortunately for us, to say that those performances that can give us confidence will be better if that will transform in results. This is what we need. We need points. With points, I think the team will play better. The boys will release themselves, and everything will be good. And we are on the way. We are on it, trying to work, trying to find solutions, helping the players, improve them. We can see that many of them are reaching the levels that we expect them to reach, and then when everything reflects on the game in the team, hopefully things will be better.
I think it's quite well known out there that there's been some contact made in terms of Nicholas Fulco in certain clubs. I think when West Ham signed the player, for around 27 million, German international, he'd had such a good vein of form at Dortmund as well. It just quite hasn't sort of worked out so consistently for him. What would you put that down to?
Look, I can only speak since I arrived. Since I arrived with the match against Everton, Nicholas started both of the first two games, and then I think what is delaying these small injuries that keep putting me out, putting in, is very difficult for any player in the squad that doesn't have the continuity of games. to reach his best. So we unfortunately will be having some cases of these situations with players come, go out, stay, and it's tough. It's tough because then you need minutes, you don't have it. Yeah, let's hope for the best.
I know you consistently said that the players who are here now are the ones that you focus on, and they're the ones who are available to you and that you concentrate on. But with Nicholas, just because there's been so much noise around him in the last few weeks, has he spoken to you? Has he spoken to you about his future?
No,
he wants to be here after
Chris. It's all the players that are in the building are options as long as they are healthy and training well and working well. Now we take the decisions to that. We have many of situations of players that don't have minutes, that have their own expectation, individual, national teams, all these things, all the noise I try to ignore because what I see is every day. Like I said to you, Nicholas joined the group today again, part of the session, he did it, let's see tomorrow. With all the players, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same. The noise around transfer, I'm not going to go on that because I don't know. I'm not part of that conversations.
I appreciate you sort of ignore the noise, but I know a few times recently you've said in terms of January, you've not really had the time to think about it and you're kind of concentrating on games. But I wonder if that's changed as we get sort of ever closer to it. And do you expect it to be a busy window in terms of players coming in and coming out? Do you expect there to be movement?
It's not that I don't think about it, but my main intention now is City, and then the next week Fulham, and then 2 days after Brighton, and then the transfer window opens and we deal with the situation. Now it's not the moment not even to think about it. It's to focus on what is important, and important is that we have 9 points to fight for before the transfer window opens.
Just finally from me, with Man City and Pep, as you just mentioned, with the next game coming, they seem to have really hit a stride in form. Very attacking football, a lot of goals. Most of the new signings, Turkey, looking really impressive. What have you made of this kind of iteration of Man City? Because it seems like a kind of a new team playing in a new way. But what have you made of them?
What I made is that they are very, very good, very talented, with a very good manager that's going to be very tough. So it's up to us to try and compete well against a good team, and they are playing really good.
How do you prepare for?
Sorry?
How do you prepare for someone like Erling Haaland?
We prepare the same way as we prepare every matches, Chris. Is trying to prepare our boys, prepare the team, try to give the details that we think and we consider that are important, and not isolate any of Man City players, because it's not about that. It's how we compete against all of them. Thank you, Chris.
Hi,
hello.
How do you go about improving in-game management? And is there a fear that the more the team lets go of leads in matches, as we've seen in recent games, it starts to play on their minds?
It can happen, but the positive is that we've been able to go something that changed. We started bouncing back from results because we were conceding in the first actions of the game. We fix it, now we score first and we cannot hold on to the lead, so different situation, and that is the reality of the game. So what we have to deal is understand that the game lasts 95, sometimes 100 minutes, and you have to stick to your concentration, your attacks till the end, and don't get anxious. So there's a mental part also inside of our players that we are trying to improve.
You mentioned sort of the feeling of anxiousness. Have you seen anxiousness amongst the squad in training this week? I mean, what have they been like?
Now, good, working really good, hard, getting ready for what's coming ahead of us. It's a tough schedule.
And in terms of that schedule, you already mentioned the games coming after this game against Manchester City. I mean, you're twice at home, you're away to Wolves, and then you've got Forest at home. I mean, how key is this period in terms of picking up points and trying to get out that relegation zone?
First City. Let's focus after tomorrow on the task that we have to do against City. Then we see the schedule. Day by day is how we approach it. Game by game, day by day.
So is it a case then you have to tell your players, look, we're just going to take it game by game, you can't think...
I already told them. That is our reality. This is how we approach it. Every day is important.
I know you said you can't isolate players in that Man City squad because they've got so many good players.
And many.
And you've already been asked about Erling Haaland, who is scoring, Phil Foden is another player who is scoring. I just wanted to ask about Ryan Cherky, because he scored an incredible goal against Brentford. Recently we saw him pull off an incredible assist as well. I just wondered what you make of him as a player.
I think he's a very good player. Very, very good player.
And just finally for me, a positive result against Man City.
It's an if. It's an if.
Exactly, sorry.
It's an if.
An if.
That's an if. I cannot answer if. You're gonna ask me about the if, isn't
I was
it?
going to ask you about what a positive result could do for the
It's an if.
for the team before Christmas.
It's an if. We are focused on competing against City on Saturday. We cannot expectations, dreaming, hoping things to happen, but no, that are ifs. We don't work on ifs. We work on reality. Reality is Saturday, tough one. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Cameras off, please.